What's up everyone, welcome back to the LaceUp channel. My name's Mickey. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the differences between scanning and a warehouse management system. So let's get right into it. So every single day I receive phone calls from my distributors looking to optimize their warehouse. The first thing they always ask for is, can I have a scanning system? Can you send me a scanner that I can use to do everything in my warehouse? I want to be able to scan in and I want to be able to scan out to make sure my inventory is correct and that nothing gets picked inaccurately. In my head, I always chuckle because there is such a distinction between actually being able to control inventory and being able to scan. Let's get into what a scanning system is. A scanning system allows you to pull up a purchase order, scan against that purchase order to ensure that you're receiving the right product and the right quantities. Then a scanning system allows you, when picking, to take a sales order, send it to that scanner, and scan against that purchase order again to ensure you're picking the right product and the right quantity. But here, the benefits end for a scanning system because that's all the scanning system was designed to do. It captures the data, it compares the data with what you're supposed to have, and it tells you if you're right or if you're wrong. Now sure, this is going to drastically decrease the amount of errors that you have in both receiving and picking, but by no accounts is it going to actually optimize your inventory levels and automate your warehouse. That's where a WMS comes in. A WMS is designed to automate every task in your warehouse, from your purchasing to your receiving, to your put away, to your replenishments, your allocations, pick, pack, ship, returns, and cycle counts. And when you have a WMS, the whole goal is to not have to think about inventory. You press a button and the system does everything for you and creates all of the tasks for your employees to ensure that you have an optimal picking level. So I think a good place to start with the WMS is in receiving. When receiving with a WMS, a good WMS will allow you to create pallets. And pallets are a structure of inventory, right, that contain lot numbers, inventories, serial numbers, whatever it is that you track in your business. They bundle those things with a quantity for whatever product is atop that pallet, and you print a license plate number. The license plate number goes on the pallet, and the WMS, when you scan that pallet, will tell you exactly where it needs to be put away. And here's the magic. It will only allow you to put that product away where it belongs, which is nearby the picking slot for that product. So once you put the product away, the WMS records all of the parameters that you received onto that pallet, so you know exactly when that product's gonna expire. You know what lot number is on that pallet. And now when you go pick, the system knows exactly what it is that you're picking. So picking is a great next step in a WMS because when you go pick, you select a group of orders and you say, hey, I'm gonna fulfill these 10 orders for tomorrow. Like I mentioned in the scanning system, you go pick and you just scan to make sure that the products in those 10 orders are correct. But when you have a WMS, you create a picking wave. And the picking wave allows you to program instructions to that pick and it allows you to do your allocations. It allocates the quantities on those orders to the inventory in your warehouse, and it triggers automatic tasks to replenish. It tells you where you're out of stock, and it prompts you to cut product from your customers' orders when necessary. And last but not least, it generates the instruction for the picker called the pick list. And with a WMS, you can manage a pick list per route, a pick list for a group of items, a pick list by section in the warehouse. You could even take multiple orders on a single pick list and pick those orders to a cart or to a pallet. So once the pick lists are created, they go down to the device, which is also a scanner, and the picker is directed in sequence, bin to bin, telling them what they need to pick. But if you have a real advanced WMS, the system will even tell you how to pick it. So let's say, for instance, you have a cart and that cart can store up to 6 orders. Using Cubed, the WMS will calculate exactly what cubed from the orders fits onto those carts, and it'll help you plan how you pack the order to a cart or to a pallet. So before you even go out to pick, you know how many pallets you need, you know how many carts you need, and you have so much less travel up and down the warehouse because you're able to pick multiple orders at once. So once you've picked everything staged on a pallet or a cart or whatever your medium is to pack, A WMS also allows you or helps you in loading that product onto the truck or onto the fulfillment service for delivery. It allows you to check what's in your staging area. It allows you to know when it's going out of the warehouse, and with a simple scan, you can ship that product from the warehouse out to the customer. So thus far, WMS is optimized: receiving, put away, allocations, replenishments, picking, packing, shipping. But what about cycle counts? When you have a scanning system, there is no such thing as a cycle count. A cycle count should be triggered where there's a discrepancy in a bin location identified during picking. You should not have to be doing physical inventory counts or cycle counts every single week just to make sure your inventory is accurate. You should be triggered to do those cycle counts based on the errors found in that inventory during a day's work. And with the WMS should provide you with those cycle count tasks and tell your staff exactly what bins need to be counted when. Now, all of this entire conversation about WMS has been focused after the product has been received. And I think this is the most important point of a WMS, which is purchasing. Purchasing is, to me, the single most important thing, because if you purchase correctly, you won't overstock, but you also won't lose sales because you don't have product in your warehouse. And a good WMS will incorporate vendor lead times, it'll incorporate reorder points, minimums, safety stocks, moving averages to compute when you're gonna run out of product and to prompt you to create purchase orders. But it won't only prompt you to create them, it'll recommend what quantities need to be created in the purchase order so that you accurately order from your vendors to deliver you the corresponding amount of product. So now that you have a brief overview over the nuances between a scanning system and a WMS, I'm gonna tell you this. A WMS is designed to optimize all the processes in the warehouse, automate your employees' tasks in the warehouse, and ensure that you have an optimal inventory level. A scanning system is simply used to scan product in and scan product out. That system will not give you optimal inventory levels. It won't even give you any inventory levels. It won't allow you to track lot numbers, expirations. It won't automate any of the tasks in your warehouse. So if you're looking to scale your business, whether it's our WMS or someone else's, the only way you'll be able to scale across the country or even in multiple cities and have multiple warehouses is with a WMS that optimizes the inventory levels at all of your locations. So anyways, guys, that's a brief overview over the differences between scanning and a WMS. If you agreed or disagreed with that video, comment down below. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care.